Hello everyone, a warm good morning to all of you. Would like to welcome to all this session of YouTube channel. Hope you all are good. So as mentioned on the screen, we are going to discuss about justice. Okay, it's a political concept, justice, and it's important for those who are looking for SSB, PGT, TGT, dssb, UGC net. Okay, because it's part of the political theory, and as we are student of the political science, we have to know the concept of justice and different things. Okay, so uh, as we know that we are in continuation of covering the PYQ, and on basis of PYQ we trying to analyze the pattern or the previous or the concept which asked. So on that basis we are going to revise the topics. So I am not telling to you that you are not aware that topic, but we are doing a revision, quickly revision, and most of the things which can be a new thing for you only, and you guys multiple times it did a revision. Okay, so on this note let's start. Okay, so the topic we are going to discuss about equality and justice. Specifically we will focus the justice and equality, the concept which are part of our syllabus, but we will discuss this thing in upcoming session. But today we will discuss focus to the justice. Okay, so before going to discuss the today's topic, would like to uh, provide the official answer of the last homework question. Okay, the question is that which is not a book written by Isaiah Berlin. Okay, as you all know, Isaiah Berlin who categorize the negative and the positive liberty, and there are different book. Option A, Four Concept of Liberty, B, Four Essay on Liberty, C, Karl Marx, His Life and Environment, and D, all are correct. So which is not correct? The answer is obviously option A. There is such no four concept of liberty, but there is a book article like two concept of liberty. Okay, two concept of liberty, and the four S on liberty, the another book. Okay, and he also wrote a Karl Marx, His Life and Environment. It might be a new book for all of us. Please do remember, because that can be possible in our examination. So hope you clear this question. Let's move our the topic justice. As we know, first we'll discuss the previous year question. Here our motto to analyze the question, and that basis we are going to cover our theory for our upcoming examination. Hope you all agree with this point. Let's start quickly. First question, Thomas Pogge is known for option A, feminism, B, distributive justice, C, global justice, and D, communitarianism. So as you all know that answer of this question, Thomas Pogge mainly famous for our contribution to the global justice. Option C is answer. So uh, in this concept of justice as an umbrella idea, there are different theory of justice, like your libertarian theory of justice, feminism theory of justice, communitarian theory of justice, and global justice. Okay, so we have to cover the different theory of justice, and it's the idea and the term given by the scholar. Okay, that we need to cover. So that is what we basically notice from here. The next question, who viewed justice as a proportionate equality? Okay, it's a very obvious answer, that option D, that Aristotle, that considered justice as a proportionate equality. So we also need to understand the different term or statement raised by the different scholar. Okay, what does it mean by justice by Aristotle, what does it mean by justice by Plato, and John Rawls, say for example your Robert Nozick. So this kind of key term, and it's the contribution of the thinker we need to specially remember. Then moving to next, which one of the following is not a element of justice? Okay, element of justice, what does it mean by justice? The principle of justice. So what is the answer of it? We all know that answer is option C, the biasness. Okay, so biasness is not part of the justice. Justice means like truth, here in the discussion or debate under the ethics deliberation, there is a scholar, justice means speaking truth, okay, and justice means giving one's own due, okay. So the different thinker have like pointed out that thing, and justice is the truth is the part of the justice. And also uniformity, that means that each and everyone should get their due justice, that is uniformity. And equality before law, that all will be treated equally before the eyes of law, which also mentioned in our constitution article 14. So these are the part of elements of the principle of justice. Here we like notice from this question we need to have a basic understand about justice. What does it mean by justice? What is the philosophical like understanding of it? What the contemporary scholar argue that? So like the common thing that need to remember, that is how I don't think that there is any kind of rocket science, okay. So this is the like elements of justice, okay. So moving to the next question, who among the following author has written about justice based on contractualism, okay. Justice based on contractualism, like we all know justice like from it's prevalent from ancient times, okay. So who made this concept? Option A, Lenin. B, Robert Nozick. C, Rawls and Rousseau, okay. Most of people get confused here because Rousseau also part of the social contract, but who has written about justice based on contractualism? It's obviously John Rawls, okay. So one thing would like to clear you, that within the concept of justice, John Rawls idea became very famous, okay. And we will discuss John Rawls idea of theory of justice like in both in our uh, the concept of justice and also individually in the political thought, okay. So that will be discussed, okay. So we will also discuss the Robert Nozick, how they present the justice concept as a critique to the John Rawls, okay. That we will also discuss. Then moving to the next question, from the given list of the book and author, identify the wrong one, okay. Option A, Principle of the Social and Political Theory, Robert Nozick. Option B, A Theory of Justice, John Rawls. Option C, Das Kapital, Karl Marx. Option D, New Aspect of Politics, Charles C. Merriam. So under this concept of justice we need to cover the different book by different scholar, okay, because this is the trend of our examination. And you all know there is no like any kind of problematic in this question, because option is obviously wrong one. As we all know, Principle of Social and Political Theory by Ernest Barker, and Robert Nozick wrote a book, The Anarchy, State and Utopia, in 1974. So what you need to do, okay, what you need to do, you have to just like make a table and write down the different thinker this side and their related article or book, famous one, like in Robert Nozick, Anarchy, State and Utopia, 1974. And there is also Examined Life, another famous work. And also he like gave the concept zigzag politics. So he just read to write down different thing. I will also cover the book of Anarchy, State, Utopia and its concept, but you need to also work here very smartly, okay. So that you should do the thing. So like this is all your the previous or base question with respect to justice. See what I am, what what is the need of doing this kind of video or lecture, okay. There is always a question that you all know, guys, this question and answer, but the thing is that this video is going to provide a like a compilation of a comprehensive question which is not going to like problematic for you, okay. We are discussing a different topic with respect to previous year question, and here we are doing the revision. And the more you, okay, and the more you basically revise, the more you practice with us, the it benefit to you, okay. So nonetheless we have discussed that the concept of justice, we need to study under the concept of justice for our examination, okay. Don't consider I am going to cover all the things, which things important that's will cover here. That is the different dimension of justice, theory of justice, okay. The different scholars their contribution and the term and the book, okay. We will do the thing in systematical way. So on that basis let's start. Before like starting that thing, have a very brief idea about justice. Justice is a central concept of political philosophy, deals with the just distribution of the goods, service, honor, wealth for just social order. It has been a main political background since ancient Greek philosophy to the contemporary political philosophy, okay. So as you know that whenever we talk about the equality, whenever we talk about liberty, these concepts are not prevalent in ancient times as a part of contemporary political thought. But justice as a concept is prevalent since the ancient Greek time, be it your Plato and Aristotle's, and be it your Thachimas's, Glaucon's. So the concept is prevalent from the ancient times. That is the meaning of justice from there existed. But the dimension or the definition of justice is universal in nature. There is no like single concept of justice, as a appropriate or the legitimate. Each and every ideology have a different meaning of justice. So in general we understand justice means what, that each and every person will get its due requirement as per the need for the society or the individual, for maintaining harmony and balance between among the different community. That poor also get their due thing as a human being, and rich also will doing, and they will be also keep going according to their merit and talent, so that they maintain a balance or the social order. That is the justice very idea we all know. Okay okay so then we will basically going to discuss, and its table basically going to help us to revise the different ideology and their concept of justice since from ancient Greek time to till the your John Rawls. And say for example your communitarian and global justice. So first let's see, this side we will see the theory of justice, and this side the main idea. So theory of justice, classical and ancient. Classical and ancient, the main idea that Plato. According to Plato, what means justice. Justice means what? One person, one duty, one class, and one work. So that can be easily converted into question, and multiple times these questions are asked in examination. So for sake of revision, we have to know that the according to Plato, justice means one person, one duty, one class, and one work. So a comprehensive lecture will be discussed in our political thought. We will discuss that thing under the political thought, a comprehensive note on the Plato. So let's understand this statement means one person, one duty, one class, one work means what? That a person will be do the activity according to their own region or qualification on the basis of education. Like we will discuss that how the different class was selected or identified on the basis of education. If someone will be not qualify this examination, they will go into producing class. Then if not qualifying the soldier, their soldier class and philosopher class. So each and according will do their activity according to their region and appetite, the thing which we just need to remember that this statement belongs to Plato. So this is the thing. Then moving to the Aristotle theory of proportionate justice that deals with the regulation of human relation. How the relation exists between the human. According to Aristotle, there is inequality exists, and he support that inequality because each and everyone are not born equally. There will be a slavery and there will be a master. And slavery will be treated according to the requirement, and master will treat according to the requirement for the participating in affair of the government. As you know, citizenship concept according to Aristotle is not given to all. So we will discuss also that, but say for till we need to remember that theory of proportionate justice or theory of proportionate equality belongs to Aristotle. Hope you clear about the Plato's concept of justice and Aristotle concept of justice, and we'll discuss comprehensively when we will talk about the political thought in our upcoming unit. So still now you need to remember that this statement belong to Plato and Aristotle. Moving to the next, the Rawls theory of justice, which is very crucial for our exam with respect to justice. So, according to John Rawls, justice is the first virtue of the social and political institution. Simply you can get a question that to whom the justice is the first virtue of the social and political institution. So, what does it mean? Justice, as you all know, John Rawls revived the normative idea of justice, Kantian idea of human dignity. This will reflect in the idea of John Rawls theory of justice. And his idea based on more the like your ideal perspectives. For example, veil of ignorance. Okay, so veil of ignorance concept, then overlapping conscience. These are concept more the value oriented. That means here we see that how John Rawls revived the classical political thought or normative idea for the political theory. So okay, so we need to just remember the virtue or social and political, any kind of your social institution like family, like civil society, like your religious organization, anywhere the justice must be there. Okay, and also in the political institution like in democratic country, like your election commission or the electoral process, anywhere the justice must be the first virtue. And what does it mean by justice? John Rawls is based his theory on basis of a critique of utilitarianism. So here you can get a question that who like present the theory of justice on critique to the utilitarianism. Okay, because utilitarianism eliminates the moral aspect in the theory of justice, and according to John Rawls, that the morality and the human dignity are important concept within the justice. And your utilitarianism believes that the maximum number happiness of what, the maximum number of the what, the maximum happiness. Okay, that is idea which can compromise with the minority community. Okay, for example, if I talk about this class, okay, for example, this class is going to benefited in the maximum number. Okay, maximum number of people or maximum number audience. Will it call justice according to John Rawls? No. According to John Rawls, that each and every section of the society should be treated as a human, and they should be allowed freely express their opportunity and say, for example, liberty. If someone are poor, unable to get education or food, then the state has duty to ensure these primary goods or the primary service to the poor people. How the state will be do these things? By imposing the tax, okay, on the rich people. So according to John Rawls, here the statement is that justice is a fairness. Okay, how it is fairness? Because justice means to be fair to those who have been at and also those who are at a disadvantaged positions. Okay, justice, it does not mean for only the welfare of the society, it but also it ensures that the meritorious society will exist and the rich people also grow according to their merit, and the similar time the poor people also able to get some amount of the social need or service from the government. Okay, so that is how the concept of justice according to John Rawls theory of justice. Okay, and your main concept, he the one who basically presented or developed a veil of ignorance. If you like see in your 2023 December paper, they ask a question that who coined the veil of ignorance, and unfortunately the question was dropped because it's a invalid question. And we need to remember the veil of ignorance, the concept given by John Rawls. Simply, what does it mean by veil of ignorance? In this veil of ignorance, the human know nothing. Okay, how know nothing? Because according to Rawls, it's a hypothetical, it is a human thought experiment in which the human, it is state of the veil or ignorance which he know or forgot, like about their history, their social background, to family status and different things. Okay, for what, why this kind of thing is required according to Rawls? For distributing the primary goods in a unbiased manner. Like you notice there is a question that justice should not be biased, justice should be unbiased. Okay, that's why he derives that idea and introduced in this veil of ignorance. Similarly, he also talk about chain of connections. People raise the concern that why the rich people will provide the taxes to the government for welfare of the poor people. So according to Rawls, it's a chain connection that poor people also responsible for the development of the rich people. Okay, like you remember the theory of the underdevelopment and dependency, in which they argue that the development of the rich people dependent on the underdeveloped country. Similarly, here John Rawls highlighted that the development of a rich people are also linked or connect to the rich people, to the poor people, because at the end they are all connected human beings. The poor people working, that's why the rich people are getting more richer. So on that logic, he says that there is a chain connection exists between the poor and rich, and the rich should help the poor people. So that is how the chain connection. You can simply get a question that who presented the chain connection in order to elaborate theory of justice. Simply John Rawls. So it is, I hope, going to be a unique concept for you, and all the thing you know. Okay, and overlapping consensus, this thing will be discussed in when we talk about theory of justice, John Rawls, in a comprehensive way. So if it is clear, then we will moving to the libertarian theory of justice. Okay, what does it mean by libertarian theory of justice? Most of you will confuse that John Rawls also belong to the school of liberalism. So how this libertarian theory of justice? Do you remember John Rawls belong to the modern liberalism? As you all know, liberalism is an umbrella ideology, the concept in which there are different dimensions, or the based on the time there are different idea of it evolve. Okay. Similarly, here libertarian theory of justice, which basically it's Robert Nozick. Okay, Robert Nozick subscribed to the libertarian school of justice. Okay, and he critical to the welfare state or John Rawls. Okay, because John Rawls theory of justice is based on what? The welfare state. The welfare state idea. Okay, that to fulfill the need of the society. Okay, and Robert Nozick criticized why how now in his book Anarchy State and Utopia, he criticized Rawls' argument while commenting progressive taxation as bonded labor. Simply you can get a concept question that who consider the progressive taxation as a bonded labor. Okay, it is by Robert Nozick. Robert Nozick argued that the progressive taxation, why the rate taxes? Okay, people are earning on their own effort, on their own merit, why they will be give their portion of money to the for welfare of the people? Because it's created by own effort of the rich people, or so for example any worth merit people. Okay, so on that basis he criticized John Rawls because it is illegal to taking someone's right property, or say for example rights, without their due conventions. It's going to be a theft, or it's a bonded labor. Okay, so that you need to remember that bonded labor, progressive taxation is a bonded labor concept belong to Robert Nozick and book Anarchist and Utopia. So that's very important. As you seen, there is a match of following question, the book and different thinker. Then moving to the next, communitarian theory of justice, Michael Walzer and Michael Sandel. Okay, if you notice in our last examination, they asked a question that which among the following scholar did not influence John Rawls. Okay, so there is option like Michael Sandel. Okay, so that question are already there. Okay, and you need to remember Michael Sandel and Michael Walzer, they criticize John Rawls' theory of justice. Okay, why they criticize John Rawls' theory of justice? This question was wrong by me also. They critical to Rawls' theory of justice as it is based on the abstract individualism. Okay, why they criticize? Because communitarian theory of justice believes that Rawls' theory of justice is based on the individualism. Okay, abstract individualism. Although Rawls talks about social welfare and benefit, but he same time he protect the liberty. There is a two principle na, that is how liberty principle, and there is a equal opportunity. Within that there is a difference principle. Okay, so John Rawls also promote the idea of liberty, individual liberty. On that basis they communitarian thinker criticize. Okay, so Michael Walzer and Michael Sandel, they argue that there is a different good out to be distributed differently and according to the different social meaning given by the member. Simply you can get a statement that this statement belongs to which ideology or which thinker. So you need to remember it's a communitarianism and Michael Walzer. Okay, what the concept of different good, different distributed differently or different social meaning? According to communitarianism or communitarian thinker, that in society the goods and service or say for example right liberty should be decided by the community itself, not by the individual. Okay, it is a not rights liberty, it's not a universal concept. Okay, like John Rawls believe that there is a five primary goods, and that is the universal goods and services that will be distributed among the people. Okay, okay, but communitarian thinker believe that let the community decides. For example, in tribal society, if you will go to the tribal society, their culture, their language, their dialect are something different. So according to communitarianism, you cannot apply the same kind of rights liberty as the mainstream people enjoy to the tribal people. So there is a like the always a different exist in the different society, because it's a diverse society. So on that basis they criticize. Okay, that is how communitarianism argument. And here Michael Walzer wrote a book, Spear of Justice. You can simply get a question that basically who wrote a book Spear of Justice. Okay, so Spear of Justice, this basically book written by whom? Michael Walzer. Okay, then Michael Sandel wrote a book Liberalism and Limits to Growth. Okay, so he criticized he identified the limitation within liberalism, and to him the community is prior to individual. Simply you can get the question, who argue that community is prior to the individual? It's the communitarianism. Okay, okay, this theory of justice, for example libertarian, communitarianism, are emerged against John Rawls theory of justice. Please remember that things. Okay, moving to the next, the last not the least, the feminism view of justice. Okay, how they argue that feminism view of justice, they believe that although John Rawls talks about justice and add also the moral concept, but it did not include the women perspectives. So they argue that what about the women? You did not identify or recognize the contribution of the women, the different requirement of the women. So does it applicable to the women also? Okay, they basically put a question, put a basically a question that the people which gathered in veil of ignorance, does the women also include in that, or only it's the gender oriented or masculinity? That's why they portrayed here that John Rawls theory of justice are based on what? The patriarchy. It's inequality. It's not, it cannot be ensured justice. Okay, and famous scholar here, the scholar who argued this point, Susan Moller Okin, then basically Carol Gilligan and Carol Patman. Okay, they are the feminism, the scholar to the feminism view on justice. And Susan Moller Okin highlight that in his book Justice, Gender and Family, that this gendered society result into the social inequality, and to her the family is the first virtue. Family is the first virtue, first institution of justice. Okay, according to them the family is the first institution of justice. Okay, let an example here that people are, according to Rawls, that there must be a justice. Okay, but what about the family? Family is the part of the private. Okay, according to the initial thinker. Okay, family is the part of the private, but here feminism thinker argue that the family, there must be a include of the concept of justice in family. Family should be part of the public. Okay, okay, then the justice can be realized at the state level. If there is a still patriarchy exists in the family, still the inequality, gender inequality exists in the family, will you ensure the justice in the state? Because the state, those are ruling the state, they are also the part of the family, though they are coming from the a patriarchy family and like injustice family, they cannot ensure the justice in the the states. So on that point of view they argue that the family should be the first institution of the justice. Simply you can get a question, who argue that family is the first institution of justice? It's the who? This Susan Moller Okin. Okay, then here Carol Patman wrote a book Sexual Contract. Okay, then Carol Gilligan wrote a book In Different Voice, in which he emphasized the care based morality than justice based. Okay, okay, so then we will switch to the global justice. Okay, and it's very important, most of you will not aware about it. Okay, global justice, the concept by Thomas Pogge, famous for the concept global justice, theory of global justice. Okay, he wrote a book The World, Poverty and Human Rights. Please do remember, because this question was already there in your examination. Okay, world poverty and human rights concept by whom? The Thomas Pogge. Okay, and he coined the term global resource divided. Okay, so who coined the term global resource divided? What does it mean? What does it mean? So according to the Thomas Pogge, like, he talks about the justice at the global level, at the international level, and there is not exist justice. How can be justice exist? It is the responsibility of the affluent citizens, okay, of developed country, that they should provide the resource to the developing country. Okay, so for example, if a country want to make justice or try to ensure the human dignity, if they have a not enough resource, will you think there will be a justice exist in the society? No. How can the people, how can the state run a social functions if they have a no resource? So then justice cannot be exist. So so in that way, the Thomas Pogge highlighted the developed country, people of the developed country, affluent citizen, they will provide the due resource to the developing country like India, Asia, Africa, Latin America, for ensuring the justice at the social level, family, state, and different things. So that is how the global resource divided. That these global resource are divided in unequal way, and the developed country has a responsible, the citizen of developed country is responsible to provide the due resource to the developing country. So that is the concept of what global resource dividend or your global justice by Thomas Pogge. Hope you clear. If they ask the question who coined the term global resource divided or what does it mean by global resource divided by Thomas Pogge, then you need to clear that it means the global justice would be introduced with responsibility of the affluent citizen of the developed country. Okay. Okay, guys. Hope you all get clear and found it interesting and valuable. This is all about from my side for this session on justice. Okay, if you have any like feedback or comment you want, you can like, you are free, because you are living in a democratic country, and accordingly I will try to improve on the basis of your comment. Okay, so this is all about from my side, and if you like our effort, please guys do subscribe. If you like our effort, please press the bell icon and mark please press the like button as a mark of attendance. Okay, because this thing only a source of motivation to me for bringing a unique content for you only. Okay, thank you guys, have a nice day. Okay, thank you for being part of this lesson.